Roch Kubatko joins us for his regular Sunday session, the School of Roch. And what's going on with Brian Roberts? Every time it looks like he's getting back on the field and he might be working his way towards an injury rehab to get back to the Orioles, a little bit of a setback. What's going on?
Smooth segue. Can we plan that? Wow. Yeah, last time I talked to Juan about Brian, I asked, what's going on with him, and he said, well, he's, doing light baseball activities, and he kind of smiled like, why are we still talking about this? It's the same answer. However, we have a different answer now. I talked to Andy McPhail about him a couple days ago. He said Brian is back to taking batting practice in Sarasota. I know, where have you heard the story before? Brian's had so many setbacks, pneumonia, the stomach ailment, the tightness in his back that we were told wasn't related to the herniated disc, but he's taking BP again. And I think the question now is, do the Orioles reach a point where they say, why even bother if he's not going to come back till maybe late in the season, and just shut him down and let him prepare for next year? I asked Andy about this. He said there are no plans right now to shut him down, no matter how long it takes. He said we're going to let this process play out right now. If it's, if he gives us a couple months, if he gives us a month, if it's a couple games, whatever, they're going to let Brian get back on the field. I don't know if part of that maybe is a reward for how long he's been working to get back, but they don't have any plans to say, okay, we're reaching a point now where if he's not ready, we're just going to shut him down. If Brian plays in 3 games, he plays in 3 games.
Well, we're at July the 4th, and the trading deadline, non-waiver trading deadline, comes up on July the 31st, and there are several Orioles that we'll be hearing about over the next 3 weeks. And Ty Wigginton, without a doubt, is at the top of the list, probably even more so because today he was named an All-Star. Is he the guy on this team that is most likely to go? And will the Orioles trade him just to trade him, or might they hold out for a better prospect?
Yeah, his value just skyrocketed about 20 minutes ago. Yeah, from everything I've been hearing, he is their #1 trade chip right now. He's the biggest bargaining chip that they've got. 1 home run since May 22nd, but he's got 14 on the season. He's a power guy with experience. He can play a variety of positions, first, second, third, short if you need him, left field. He once delivered his baby in a walk-in closet, so if that need arises, you've got him there. If I was doing a trade deadline bracket, he would be my top seed. He would be my Duke right now. There's a lot of interest in him. I know the Phillies are looking at him. They certainly have a need at second and third. They were scouting him recently. They've also been scouting Kevin Millwood, who I guess would be my UConn if I was doing the bracket. They watched him at Camden Yards his last start, though they were also looking at Ben Sheets in that game. But that's another guy you kind of look past the 2-8 record. He has value as well. And, every year at this time, I know we're braced for a repeat of the 2000 roster purge that we had under Sid Thrift, and it never seems to happen. You might have one guy dealt. You might not have any deals. But the Orioles do have a collection of guys in the last year of the contracts: Wigginton, Millwood, Hendrickson, Torres, Tejada. Those guys are all candidates, plus a Jeremy Guthrie or a Luke Scott when he's healthy as well. Those guys could be. We don't know how many. I know Andy says he's not going to make trades just to make trades, but if the right deal's out there, they'll do it. I think Ty would be the most logical guy to go.
All right, we have spent a lot of time this year talking about Adam Jones and his defense, which is kind of interesting since he's a Gold Glove winner. And
right.
What intrigued me from the other day when this latest surfaced is that Adam was asked to play deeper in center field. Now, am I missing something here? Isn't the player supposed to do what the management wants? Hey, Adam, play deeper. You're not going to play. I mean, what's going on with Adam Jones and where he wants to set up defensively?
Right. I prefer told than asked. This
Exactly.
is the second time now in spring training they did the same thing. Juan Samuel was ejected from last night's game, and then he tossed out a few choice words for his players for their defensive lapses. There's 14 errors in the last 12 games after 10 over a 19-game span. And that's not counting all the missed plays in the outfield we're seeing from Adam, Corey Patterson, double plays that aren't being turned. This got to be addressed. Andy McPhail said we are defensively challenged right now, and he acknowledges some guys are playing out of position. That's part of the problem because that's not all of it. That doesn't explain what's going on with Adam right now. And I asked Andy flat out, is there any chance at all that you might go ahead and move Adam out of center field? And I will quote, he said, eventually you have to put what you think is your best defensive alignment out there. I wouldn't commit from now until the end of time. If you have a better defensive alignment, you're obligated to put it out there, so I wouldn't rule it out. That doesn't mean they're on the verge of moving Adam, but it means he's got to play a lot better. Andy had said, he's regressed. It's disappointing. We've got to work with him. They are not making a long-term commitment to keep Adam Jones in center. If this continues, eventually they could go ahead and make a move. Now, what do, though? You put him in left field, and you have another guy playing out of position, even though Felix P.A. and Corey Patterson are better center fielders than left fielders. You could be creating another problem there. So I'm not sure what the solution is, but clearly they are upset with what's going on right now with Adam in center. They're concerned. They want to try and make it better. Maybe moving him back is one step, but they are not committed to having him be the everyday center fielder from now until eternity.
And I don't know how close he is hitting-wise, but Matt Engel is down at AAA, and from what we're told, this kid catches everything, and he is a natural center fielder. Well, good stuff, Roch Kubatko. Where's your flag?
Yeah, I know. I didn't get the memo. I have yellow paper instead of blue. I didn't get the memo.
Roch Kubatko, he'll learn, folks. We're only halfway through the season. Today's game 81. School of Rock, check him out on MASNsports.com.